How's it going, everybody? We're out with Kelsey. It's my
Hi.
wife. She's driving right now. We're out looking for an antelope. She's got a doe tag, and we're going to try to find one. Weather's pretty crappy. It's starting to rain right now, so we'll see if that holds out, but we're going to get after it anyway. Stay tuned. Alright, we're starting the stalk here. It's pretty windy, pretty nasty, pretty muddy. Mud sticks to your boots real bad. Pretty out. It's cold. It's like 20 degrees cooler than it was in town. These antelope are probably half mile away. We got a good wind, but we'll see if we can get close. Okay, we're getting to where we're about to be able to see them if they're still in the same spot. They're somewhere right in front of us. We're gonna have to sit here and look for them for a second. I think they're right in front of us somewhere. Okay, we're within range of some does right now. There's a buck out in the open, but the does are still in the car. Right behind the buck.
Mm-hmm.
It's ridiculous.
Huh?
Oh, she's going broadside. Oh my god, I wasn't ready. You smoked her though. You smoked her.
Ooh. Thank goodness I'm dying. My shoulder's cramping up. My eyes are twitching.
That's a long time to sit and watch them. Woo. Oh my god, I wasn't ready. You smoked her though. You smoked her. The herd's all just now taken off. They kind of just hung around. When we started, we were 250 yards from them. We might not even been that far. We were like 220.
Yeah.
And they just kept walking away and walking away. They were in this hole. And they eventually got up on a bench where we could see them. And at times she got a shot, they were at 360, but she practices to that far pretty regularly. She's very capable. The wind died down, so it's a good time to take the shot. Definitely dropped. I got kind of video. I was adjusting the camera right when she pulled the trigger. But I got her rolled over pretty quick, so she should be laying right up here. We'll see in a second. How you feel about it?
Good.
Short and simple. I see a white belly up there, so that's a good sign. She completely broadside when you shot?
No, she was quartering.
Quartering? That's okay though. They'd get broadside for a second and then they'd turn.
And then they would group up.
They'd group up. She had several times, the camera was on her, she was on them, and there'd be a buck standing in front of them or a fawn standing behind her. It's a big old doe.
Mondo doe.
Fat. Best we can tell, she hit her right here somewhere, but we can't tell. We'll find out when we get the hide off her. The exit's right in front of her other shoulder. And she was quartering away, so who knows? Good sized doe though. Another good shot by Kelsey.
A magician. You can't even tell.
Yeah, the shockwave must have been it.
Yeah.
Alrighty, it's a good one. We're gonna get her cut up. We got beautiful butchering weather. It is no service. Can't tell what it is, but it's probably high 40s, you think?
Yeah.
High 40s?
I'd say so.
Beautiful out. We saw 2 elk earlier. I have an elk tag in this area. I chased them down and reminded myself that you cannot chase an elk down. Alrighty, just took some pictures. About to get cutting. Alrighty, we're getting her cut up here. I misspoke a little bit earlier. I said she was quartering away. She was actually quartering towards us. The entry is just in front of the shoulder you're looking at from this angle, and the exit was just behind the shoulder on the other side. We measured it at just over 360 yards, took a nice steady shot, and she dropped right where she was. We had a little bit of meat damage on the shoulder you're looking at now. The top of it was damaged a little bit by the exit, but overall nothing too bad at all. Alright, we've got her all taken apart. Kelsey's spreading the meat out so it can cool.
Struggling.
Yeah, those bushes aren't great. Gonna get the meat all chilled down. Like I said, it's nice and chilly out. The truck is way over there. It's at least a mile, so I'm gonna jog over there and I can get way closer on the road over here. So we'll do that and then we'll get her packed out. Alright, made it to the truck. Going to pick her up. I know a lot of people aren't big on Hunter Orange for some reason, but there's something to it. You can see her from a long way off. Plus, I don't like getting shot. Alright, back to the scene. Kelsey's just about napping sitting here. I don't blame her. It took me 30 minutes to walk over there and then drive. Just about, I think 20 minutes to walk and then driving and walking out here. But meat should be nice and cool. But she ended up hitting it just in front of the shoulder facing us and it exited. It broke, I don't know, at least 6 ribs. Because it was at an angle. She was kind of above us and it exited about near the last rib. Tore up both lungs and the top of the heart. Shooting a 165 grain interlock, which I load. See if I can dump every single one of these on the ground. Oh, caught 1 out of 4.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. They do pretty well. That one did a little more damage than I would have preferred, but if you careful with your shot placement, it doesn't much matter. Alrighty, let's get them packed out. So everything's loaded up. Rifle's unloaded. Gonna collapse the tripod and we'll get hoofing. For some reason in this clip there's a terrible cacophony of sound. I think my mic was rubbing against my shirt. So we're walking out here. We've got everything packed up. It's a beautiful evening as you can see. Not too far of a walk to the truck. Got her back home and we're gonna pick up in the kitchen, breaking down quarters and grinding into burger. Alright, here I'm breaking down a shoulder. This shoulder had no damage at all, so I removed the flat iron there, removed pretty much everything else we grind into burger except for the shank. And I'll trim the flat iron there, separate the 2 pieces. This shoulder was damaged, so there's not as much on it, mostly burger. And we have our ham. Break it into several different cuts. Get your top round, bottom round, your eye round, your sirloin tip. You can do even more on an elk. It's kind of prohibitive on an antelope to go after those really small cuts like the sirloin. But still get several roasts and then some burger out of it as well. Get the shank separate to slow cook. And that's pretty much all there is to it. Doesn't take terribly long with an antelope. Real time for this entire clip is probably about 20 minutes. Alright, what I'm doing here is pretty self-explanatory. I double wrap with plastic wrap and then freezer paper or butcher paper. I find this to work pretty well. You could vacuum seal if you wanted to. I usually don't just because of volume. It just takes some time. It works very well. But this works pretty well too. Lasts at least 2 or 3 years in the freezer, but nothing in our freezer ever makes it that long, so that's kind of a moot point. But regardless, it goes fairly quickly and works pretty well for our purposes. Alright, grinding up the meat here. I didn't have a ton of grind from this antelope because I took more in steaks than I did in grind. I left all the shanks together and everything. One thing I would suggest if you process your own meat or you're thinking about it is get a good grinder. Cheap grinders are not good, and good grinders are not cheap for the most part. It's a very valuable instrument, and I love having one. Put a lot of meat through it every year, and it does very well. Alrighty, that's going to be it for today's video. If you like this type of video, be sure to like and subscribe. If you have any questions about anything, feel free to drop them in the comments below. And if you want to see more of this type of content or more of anything specific, please let me know. Thanks again for watching, everybody.